By is the team on the right. Here we go, game number 2. Their name is actually retired by the Unnameable, if I'm not mistaken. So, the Unnamed. But they are certainly the favorites going into this match. They're one of the favorites in the tournament right-in at our number 2 overall seed. They are a strong team.
Yeah, we are kind of like seeing a couple of new choices that we don't normally see, actually. We are seeing the Elysis playing with the Swordmaster. We've seen it a couple times, but not too often. We're seeing the Decany not banned. In fact, we have Archer for Liar and Vegas being banned for this game.
Is this the first Decany we've seen on the stream? I think it's been banned in most others. I can't recall.
Probably, and we've seen it on both sides.
Oh, a nice little damage combo going on there to Ronaldo.
Tigran, I love what you just did for that dodge.
Already, Edivaldo taken down. Sai and Jonas dangerously low. A pretty strong start here for Asgardian. Asgardianos, excuse me.
Although, it is kind of like looking to not be in their favor anymore.
Little back and forth from both teams. Something you mentioned when we were off stream, you like the Halloween themes coming out here. We see Pumpkinhead coming out from Tigran. Love the character, love the players dressing up the characters for the tournament.
Also has the sword and shield with the pumpkin design on it.
Love to see it, love to see it. Pretty even though. Both teams finding a way to battle their way back into this one. This is a best of 3 quarterfinals if you are just joining us. Winner gets into the VP, loser is eliminated from the tournament. Nice couple dominations coming out from both Decanies, and we're basically even on the board here, right? And we haven't really seen this in any matches.
We haven't. Although that is one Decany down to their final life. Tigran is getting very close. In fact, they are now down to their final life.
I had to say something. All 3 of them simultaneously being dropped down, and just like that, retired by the unthinkable, the unnameable, is back in this game with the lead.
Yeah, SM is trying to do what they can with that giant sword, but unfortunately it's not exactly being the most helpful. Tigran taking quite a lot of damage from Decany, unfortunately.
So what you're telling me is that the bigger the sword doesn't necessarily mean the more damage.
Well, yeah.
Oh, a couple dominations coming out there, and Tigran going to be eliminated from this match.
Unfortunate.
Edivaldo, Giannis, Sai, both dangerously low, going to their final lives, but can Ronaldo and Jorny, are they able to pull it out in a 2v3? Typically, 2v3s are in favor of the team of 3, but I don't know. They could pull out a miracle here.
It's still possible.
Jorny is going to be taken down. Oh, yep. And now it's just Ronaldo against the world. If anyone can do it, if anyone can do it, it's Decany. But I just don't know if that's going to be enough in this game number 1. Domination completely missing.
Thank you. Thank you for that one.
Yeah, Sai, we appreciate it. Just hear the sounds of Decany coming to a streaming device near you.
Ronaldo still alive, but not for long.
You just had to say something, and that's going to be it. Game number 1 going to retired by Asgardianos. It was pretty close halfway through, but they just kind of knocked them all down at the same time, pushed into their final lives, and right in taking game number 1.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they make any big changes for game number 2, because it was a pretty dominating fight, but that's mostly because we had two Decanies using that all the time.
That is true indeed, and we'll put a 1 next to retired by. If you're wondering which team is retired by, it's the team on the right side of the screen. That is what it translates to. We're unable to fit their whole name on here, but we're going to see some changes for both teams, Ryden. I'm curious to see what they go to as we move to Orc Temple for game number 2.
Mm-hmm. That's another. So we're gonna see like 4 changes at least.
Every single match, win or lose, we're having players change. We didn't necessarily see that so much in North America. So
North America confident in what they're playing.
Yeah, that is true. South America, it feels like a lot of these players definitely have a little bit more. Their arsenal of heroes available to them is definitely wider than what we saw from the North America tournament. So, gonna be seeing a lot more changes, I feel, throughout. And what are we seeing here? We're seeing a Zero come in. What were the bands again? Remind me.
Archer, Liar, and Vegas.
Okay.
Or Archer, Liar, and Vegas to not make it sound like it's Archer, Liar, and Vegas.
So we're gonna see Dekany and Zero, 2 of the stronger characters. And well, we can't have. I think we're switch of the teams. There we go. All right. If you're just joining us, hashtag PvP tournament in the chat. Once we come back from our next break, we will have another giveaway of 20 Seal Breaker scrolls. We've got 4 more for the day, and we have plenty more matches. This is our 3rd quarterfinal match, I believe. And we will see if we're going to go to our first game 3, or if we're going to have another 2-0. This was definitely one of our closer games that we've had so far.
Mm-hmm. So far from the looks of it, we do see Tigran now playing the Dekany while Inaldo switched to the Zero. Jonas is playing the Arm.
Is Tigran have their pet?
No.
Okay. Thought they did for a second. All right, here we go. Game number 2, Ryden. Or should I call you Labby?
Ryan's fine.
Orc Temple, here we go. We've got Retired by on the left, and we got Asgardianos on the left themselves. Retired by on the right. And we'll see what these changes equate to, if they're going to make an impact or not, and turn the tides.
Yeah, so far it's a lot of fighting in the corner. That's not a place you want to be up against a Dekany half the time.
That is certainly true.
Yeah, one domination in that corner, and it's like everyone around you is going to be curtained.
Gotta play the width of the map. And there it is. There's the domination. Tigran is going to be the first to go to their second life. I think. Nope. Nope. There, I had to call it. Once you call for it, it will happen.
Jonas did get off a good heal as well, keeping Siphon alive for a while. For a while longer, actually.
So a couple players
go down too.
Yeah, a couple players being taken down their second lives. Oh, Sai getting the double hits. Even in Fatal is finally going to be taken down, but does a good chunk of damage.
We're going to see a lot of the Dekany damage coming out from both Siphon and maybe Tigran. Tigran, unfortunately, is not exactly having the best time. In fact, they're going down again.
Yeah, it's still pretty even across the board. Just need to make sure that Tigran doesn't get taken down. Dekany, obviously one of the more potent characters, and if she's off the map and it's a 2v3 without her, that's going to be a really tough time for Asgardianos to be able to get back into this as they try to take down Edivaldo there and Jonas and Sai, all pretty low on their lives, but is it going to make a difference right in as we see Asgardianos try to get back into this?
Ooh, Edivaldo tried to do a pretty good combo onto Inaldo, but Inaldo was able to get out. Does die still, though, for their trouble. Ooh, Siphon does go down. Beautiful power break from Yorni.
Yeah, just like that, Asgardianos, I think, are back in this game. There's the shock stun coming out. It gets a big chunk of damage on Inaldo and Tigran. And oh boy,
And Inaldo goes down too.
That was that couldn't. Oh man, if you're Asgardian on this, you got to be kicking yourself for letting that happen. As just like that, retired by back in the lead, and looking like they might run away with this right in. Egrin is down. They're Decany out of the fight.
And Evaldo did get the revive from the shared skill. Bjorny goes down too, and Naldo's on his own.
Oh no, 0 against the world. They're just going to keep the pressure up. Just going to run back in. Is able to get Evaldo into the fatal. The shock stun coming out here. Gonna end up taking him down, and that's going to be a 2-0. Retired by. Going to be taking down Asgardianos. Going to be kicking them out of the tournament and moving themselves into that semi-final game number 2, right?